All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tuck Rule Takes presented by Couch Guy Sports. As always, my name is Mike Sullivan. In all green today, as Liam pointed out before we recorded. You got the green
Oh,
hat,
the wee leprechaun.
green everything. Mike Sullivan. So I'm Irish, green eyes, green shirt, green little mood rock bracelet thing. But
The shoe fits.
with me, Liam McDade, who is also Irish. Liam, how's it going?
Unfortunately, I didn't look the part. I'm more in the lumberjack look with the jeans and the curb stomping boots. So,
Okay,
I didn't
that's
really
fine. You
have. I
didn't
don't
get
know.
the message.
No, I
That's
don't
fine.
have the proper attire, but I'm pretty damn good. I had a stellar Super Bowl betting. So from here, it's like I'm at the top of Mount Everest from here. There's no other rush that I get that's better than the one I did now. And I realized that any other good thing I experience for the rest of my life will still be subpar to this moment. So I'm just riding that wave and looking forward to the sled down the hill.
So I feel like I'm almost obligated to ask, like, how why was this so good? What'd you hit on? Like,
Everything
you
went
can't come
right.
in with that
But
giant
like,
thing.
but if I were to tell you,
Just
like,
everything.
everything I placed went through. It was incredible. I was magic. I was on fire. I was Tracy McGrady in the last 33 seconds against the Spurs. I couldn't miss. Just absolutely flawless. Odell Beckham touched it. Actually started with the coin toss. Your boy got heads. I guess the Gatorade color. I guess
You guessed
Eminem
the
would be
Gatorade color?
censored. Damn right I did. I got Odell Beckham touchdown, Cooper Cup touchdown, T. Higgins touchdown, Cooper Cup MVP, Matt Stafford over 6 rushing yards. Everything went perfectly for me. And I bet the Rams mid-season to win $600 to win the
You
Super
did.
Bowl. Yes, it was week 6 or whatever it was when they traded for Von Miller. So I'm living. I'm
Dude, you
extraordinary.
you should be wearing all green right now because like the luck of the Irish is deep inside you right now.
Yeah, I
Holy
mean,
shit.
it's only a couple days later, so I blew it all on expensive clothes and
Oh well, yeah, of
and
course.
and paraphernalia and whatnot. So in about 3 days, when all that stuff arrives, I'll be a completely different person. But as of
You'd be
right
like,
now,
damn.
I'm ready to go chop some trees.
All right. Well, there you go. Maybe hopefully you bought a new axe with all that money, so you can go
Yes,
down
of
there and
course. Yeah.
chop down some trees for Christmas. So yeah, there was a game this weekend. I know. For some reason they played a game in the middle of that Dr. Dre concert. I don't know why they did that. But there was
Barely
a game.
noticed.
Super Bowl. I was talking to you before. Super Bowl 56, I believe. They got to do better with the Roman numerals because it's LV1 right now. I don't know what those numbers are. Like I
God,
have
no.
no idea. Like
I can't read
whenever I try to
cursive.
look,
How am I going to read Roman numerals?
yeah, they got to figure that they got to have a better system there. Like I'm good. Like when you have the X that's 10, so you got two
Yeah.
X's, you got the one that's one, the V, all that fun stuff. But then once you start throwing
I,
L's
I
in
couldn't
there,
even figure out that part.
what is the L?
I don't know, but it's a cool letter.
I think it's fake. Yeah, I don't know. They also got to do a better job with the logos for the Super Bowl because they've really been slacking. They just throw the Roman
It's
numeral
so
up there and
weird.
that's
They
it.
peaked in like the late 90s and mid
Yep.
2000s and just fell off.
Nothing. But Super Bowl 56, as we have seemingly confirmed. Rams won 23-20. I think we both were on the Rams, correct? When
Yes,
they
we were.
I know you were, yeah. I'm pretty sure I was too. I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth as we were going. Um, up until the last quarter, did you think it was a good game?
Yes.
You thought it was a good game? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I was pretty confident in the Rams to start off, and obviously
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Rams. But then in the third quarter, I was trying to throw like a live bet, and I was like, I honestly have no idea who's going to win this game. I was like, I have no clue. Like, there's nothing in the game that told me one team had more momentum than the other. And I'm like,
Nope.
especially with the final score so close like that, I'm like, the Bengals could tie this up with a field goal, go to overtime and win it, vice versa. It's like anything could have happened. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
The world would have exploded if this game went to overtime. And like say it went to overtime and like the team that got the ball first won. That would have been
Oh my God.
a
Yeah.
shit show.
There would have
of
been riots.
Epic. Oh yeah, there would whatever team lost, there would have been riots in the streets, cars being
And then
burned.
Bills fans would have just been joining them for the hell of it. They're like, we're still angry.
They would have chimed in too, like we feel your pain.
Yeah.
We're right there with you.
Saints fans, a bunch of people, they'd all just gather together,
Saints,
come
shut the
out the
hell up.
woodwork.
But yeah, I think the reason why I thought halfway through that it was kind of subpar. One, I definitely started drinking kind of
You
early.
lost interest? No shit.
No, not even that I lost interest. I think going into this, I was just more excited, like genuinely, I was more excited. I was like, listen, the halftime show is going to be awesome. I don't,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
like
we all know your adoring love for Eminem. That goes without saying.
We'll get to that. The commercials, like the commercials, I'm not really like a big, sucker for those, to be honest. The commercials have kind of sucked the last however many years. I really go into it just to see what movie trailers are going to come out. But I think my issue with this Super Bowl, I love watching football, so I'll watch every game, doesn't matter. But I didn't have a team in this that I either really liked or really hated. Like at least last year it was Brady, who, whatever the feelings are about Brady, I hated Mahomes, so root against him. It's not like, even if in this Super Bowl, if like the Niners got there with Jimmy G, would have rooted for them because it's Jimmy G. I like him. Kittle, I like him. But this was just one of those weird Super Bowls where, like, leading up to it, I was like the day of Super Bowl
no
Sunday.
Love for Sonny Michel, no bias there.
I love Michelle. I think we even said, like, in the early days, I think we both confessed our love for Michelle.
Yeah.
But I think even going into it, like, first of all, Super Bowl Sunday, I've realized, unless you're at like a party that starts, early afternoon or something, it's a fucking drag to get to the thing, because there's only so much that these talk show commentator people can say. It gets to the point where they're just spewing random ass segments that there's long pauses,
saying stupid facts. The last time there was a safety before 2016 was 1984. You're like, weird.
Dumb shit. Like the last time that a roof was open and there were 10 clouds in the sky was back in 1906 when Bart Starr won. So NFC, Packers, Rams are gonna win. I don't, just weird
senile
things.
Terry Bradshaw was like, kicker won Finals MVP once.
It got rough with him, and there were all the oldies like Jimmy Johnson. They were off. Even Michael Irvin started to lose it after a while. He's out there, like he wasn't even saying things at one point. He was just trying to say words to get it out. But no, they should
just run it in shifts. Like, just one guy does like 2 hours, another guy does 2 hours. Because, like, what do you say for 8 hours before the game? Pregame starts at like 8 a.m.
I know. I'm sitting there driving to where I gotta be. It was like, I think at that point it was like 11:30 or something, and I was like, they're already 2 hours in to the pregame. What the fuck? What else?
Like, I hope these guys can juggle or something.
Like, I hope something happens. Like, I hope there's some sort of like crazy thing. But no, it was a good game. Obviously, 23-20. The Rams won. I'm happy for Matthew Stafford. First and foremost, I want to ask you, Matthew Stafford,
baby.
Do you think this is the hot topic in the streets right now? I think I know your answer. Is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer?
He is. He certainly is. Absolutely, bar none, no questions asked. This was what he needed. I mean, he's got the same amount of Super Bowls as Drew Brees. Not the caliber of quarterback. Doesn't have the 6,000-yard seasons, but he did so much with so little. With those shit-ass Detroit teams. Like, obviously, they got better toward the end. Golden Tate was good. They had Reggie Bush. Joey Bell had a year or two there. But, like, before then, they had Roy Williams, the bust wide receiver, who was terrible. He always had Calvin Johnson, which helped a lot. But other than him, it's like Brandon Pettigrew was his next best receiver, and that was a tight end. And he was, 13th to 15th best tight end in the league. Dude's done so much with so little. He's had a random array of people in there. Titus Young, who like drunk drove 1 million times. I think he killed somebody. Like, just, he's been out there with terrible, terrible players. It's Detroit. No free agents are going there. He was stuck there. I don't know why he kept signing, but I'm happy he's free. That's like the story that you love to see. It's very inspiring. It's like, man, this dude just paid his dues and grinded through a tough situation, trying to give them everything he could. Got close somewhat, as close as Detroit gets. And then he leaves first year. Book worthy.
Done. First year, he won it. I mean, I was looking it up as you were talking because I wanted to see where he was. Yeah. Right now, he's 12th in passing yards. He's got just under 50,000. He's 12th in passing touchdowns as well. What did I say? Did I say 12th? 12th?
Yeah.
He's 12th.
12th.
That's a tough word. But yeah, he's pretty much right around top 10. Looks like in everything. I mean, he's not even at the end of his career either, which I think
he's got at least 4 years left.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
Like
that's
Joe
the part.
Flacco's still playing, and I love Joe Flacco. Like
Joe Flacco. Yeah, I remember Joe Flacco is elite. No, he's not.
he is.
No,
That's
he's
an
not.
elite
No,
quarterback. Absolutely.
maybe for like 1 year.
13 touchdowns, no picks in the playoffs. Super Bowl.
I do not care.
Elite.
Do not care.
You can't spell elite without Lord Flacco.
What does that even mean? That's like when people say you can't tell the history of the NFL without Joe Flacco. Bullshit. I can tell the history.
You really can't.
I know you can't, but I can if I really wanted to.
No,
I can try.
even if you summarize, you can't overlook.
Yeah, no, because he does. He does have the win. He does have it, but
he does.
But yeah, I think Matthew Stafford right now. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he would get voted in until maybe one of his last years in there, just because, because I know when you retire, it's 5 years till you're eligible, right? So he'll retire 5 years from now. People will look at his stats and be like, oh, well, yeah, he won one, but he was this and that, whatever.
Who's to say he doesn't win too.
That's what I'm saying. So I hope I feel like he's got what, another 5 years in him or so, or right around there. Yeah. Just about. So he's going to crack the top 10 in touchdowns and yards. Once he does that, if he gets to at least the playoffs for the remainder of his career, I think he's in no matter what. I see a lot of people saying that like he shouldn't be in everything, and he was never the best at his position at any time. No, which I don't. Wasn't. That doesn't. But like at the same time, he also played in an era of Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be tough for him to be the best at his, and he was in Detroit, like you said. And I love Detroit. I love the Lions, but I mean, let's kind of call them what they are,
I think he's better than Eli Manning, and people seem to think Eli's getting in. So
if Eli is getting in, Matthew Stafford's getting in, because Eli Manning sucked in the regular season. Yep. But if you look at playoffs, sure, he's got 2 Super Bowl wins. I do think who Eli Manning beat in the Super Bowl is a huge reason why he's getting in there. If he would have just beat, I don't know, I can't even think Ryan Fitzpatrick or something to win the Super Bowl. I don't know if he gets the acclaim that he got. But yeah, if Eli Manning's in, I think Matthew Stafford's definitely in. He has to be. I mean, he was one of the top quarterbacks for as long as he's been playing, and he just won the Super Bowl. He's 34 years old. He's still got a couple years.
I think he led the league in picks this year too. Actually, Stafford did.
Eli Manning did 1 billion times. I feel
3.
like
Terrible.
Yeah, 3. So I mean, if you're gonna have him go in there, you got to have Matthew Stafford. So
Eli was bad toward the end.
Yeah, of course he was. But do you think that were you shocked that a QB didn't win the Super Bowl MVP? Because it's normally a quarterback that does.
Yeah. I mean, I bet on Cooper Kupp to win Super Bowl MVP, but it was a shot in the dark. Like I was driving to my buddy's apartment. Quick story for you. Driving to my buddy's apartment, downpouring snow here. I'm sure it was snowing like crazy in Florida too. But it's coming down. It was madness. So in his apartment complex, you go down a hill and then up a hill. Driving uphill, car doesn't have 4-wheel drive. I skid out at the top. No traction. My car turns sideways and I go down the hill, and like people with 4-wheel drive have to drive on the grass around me. It was so bad.
It's a nightmare.
Awful. So I get out of my car and I'm walking to my buddy's apartment with a 30-pack and a backpack in this pouring snow. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, I placed every bet in the book except for Super Bowl MVP. So I'm like, Matt Stafford was the favorite. I'm like, I'm just going to take a shot on Cooper Kupp. But I was assured it was going to be Matt Stafford. Like it was a shot in the dark with Cooper Kupp. And I think if he didn't throw 2 picks, he would have won it. But
yeah,
it'd be like that.
Yeah. I mean, because Cooper Kupp.
I considered Burrow too.
Well, see, I think. Yeah, well, see, I think if the Bengals won, I feel like it probably would have been, it probably would have been Burrow. I mean, he had 263, a touchdown, no interceptions. I mean, Jamar Chase, 5 for 89. It definitely would have been him because there's nobody else that it would have been. But yeah, with the Rams, Cooper Kupp, where was he? He was 8 for 92, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's
T. Higgins would have been like, looking back on it, if the Bengals won, T. Higgins gets it.
Yeah. I don't know. But then, I mean, you also had Aaron Donald. See, so the debate is people thought Aaron Donald should have won it. And granted, he was a beast all game. But if you're going to have a defensive guy win the MVP, he's going to have more flashy plays. As much as I hate to say that, he's just going to have to,
100%.
because the receiver, I mean, you see him all the time. You see the catches, the runs, all that stuff. You don't see
Clutch
the dirty
plays.
work Donald puts. Exactly. The whole last drive, I think he had like 4 catches on the last drive, right? Or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Aaron Donald, by the way, did you see the rumors of him? He was thinking about retiring.
Yeah, I thought it seemed pretty likely before the game. But I wanted to touch on the Super Bowl MVP too, because I found out an interesting stat today. They stopped counting the votes for MVP in the last 2 minutes of the game. Like at the 2-minute warning, they cut off the voting, which I thought was wild. But then I'm like, that makes so much sense. Like Malcolm Butler doesn't win Super Bowl MVP. James White doesn't win Super Bowl MVP because in the last 2 minutes, James White had the touchdown. Malcolm Butler had the interception. And I think about all the other Super Bowl MVPs who've been kind of robbed over the years. Like Stephon Gilmore had the clutch pick in the Super Bowl, but I'm pretty sure that was in the last drive when they were like kind of desperately driving.
I think, yeah. When you just
it might not have been before 2 minutes, but like it just made me think of all the other clutch times because
I never knew
James White seemed like a slam dunk, and then it's like, oh well, his overtime thing didn't count because they stopped counting at the 2-minute warning. Which seems wild if you go into overtime. But.
Especially if you go into, because he had 3 touchdowns that game, correct? He had the one to come back, then he had the one to eventually tie it, and then
the 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
like, what more can you do?
That is why I feel like maybe I've heard that, but I don't remember. I don't remember hearing that. Okay,
I just heard it today. It was like, and Donald had like, was it the last 2 plays of the game? Like he stopped them short or something like that. Like he was really
he stopped the running back where he pulled them back. It was like the high tower play when they stopped Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. And then the end when Joe Burrow was spun around, that was from Aaron Donald.
Did you think he was going to complete that ball when he was spinning around? I thought it was going to be one of those stupid dipsy do throws and like right into Higgins. I think it was Higgins who was close. I forget exactly.
No, it was Samaje P. Ryan.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one who got stopped on 3rd down. Yeah, that was that
should have been Joe Mixon in there, but suspect.
Yeah, I don't know why. And I know that P. Ryan's like a bigger guy, but I feel like when it's the Super Bowl, you got to just go with, the guys who got you there. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like you got to put in Joe Mixon. I don't understand.
Strange coaching decision.
Yeah, but no, I mean, good for Cooper Kupp. He won it. Speaking of, kind of riding with what got you there, why were these teams so silly to start the game? You had the Bengals going for it on 4th down in the first quarter.
I didn't think that was silly at all. I don't think that's silly at all. This is the game for all the marbles. I'd go for it
so soon.
Every time going into the game, I'd tell my punter, like Kevin Hubert, I think that's the Bengals punter. I'd go up to him. I'd be like, dude, you can drink before this game. You can do whatever. You do not have a job today. Don't worry about anything. Like you can show up in street clothes, come out here in a tux. Don't worry about it. You're not doing anything. I'm going for it every time. This is the big game.
Yeah, it's the big game. But I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020, so whatever. But even at the time, I was like,
I love it.
Going for it.
I knew he was going to do it.
And I would have done it too. I think I knew you were going to like this because throughout the season when Belichick wasn't going for it, I remember you were leaning more towards the aggressive side on that. But I don't remember.
The boldest head coach. I'd be going for it every time. No field goals. I'd be like, we're going long.
You'd be acting like it's Madden in real life. Like you're sitting there like, oh, 4th and 18. We got to go for it.
Wins me virtual games, wins me real life games.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if that's how you want to look at it. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. But obviously you did. It is what it is. The refereeing, awesome. The officiating, awesome. I
loved it.
Up until the last little bit, which I know people are going to complain, but the thing is, there were missed calls for both teams that led to scores. I think it was coming out of the half when the Bengals scored. What's his name? Grabbed
T. Higgins, grabbed Jalen.
Yeah, grabbed Ramsey's face mask, spun him around. Ramsey was holding on to one of the Bengals guys to stop a touchdown one play. I think it just like it's going to happen. You can't sit there and blame the officiating because it's how it's been all year. I think Belichick has been quoted saying it, don't let the refs decide the game. take it into your own hands. Do not leave the hands in the game in the hands of the refs. That's not a winning formula. But
I was pleasantly surprised too with the way the season started. I remember you and me complaining about some really suspect taunting calls at the beginning. They were pretty soft to start. So if you had told me it was going to be a let them play Super Bowl, I'd be quite surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I think they only had, let me see, the penalties. There were only 6 flags, 4 on the Bengals, 2 on the Rams.
Right.
So like there's really nothing. I mean, you can complain about what was called, what wasn't called, but they were kind of letting them play, which is, what everybody wants them to do. But yeah, I was very surprised, like you said, that there were no taunting calls. I didn't really see any.
Yeah, no one was acting
instances,
outrageous.
but I just figured there was going to be some sort of taunting call or some sort of like hard hit, and then someone was going to throw a flag because it sounded hard or it looked like a bad hit, but it really just hit him in the shoulder or something like that. But I mean, there was really none of that. It was honestly a clean game up until the end. And, I know that the Bengals fans are kind of, freaking out about that because they didn't like the pass interference in the end zone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if we're being non-biased, that was kind of
he grabbed him. I mean,
he did. It was one of those ticky
I think it was
ones,
fair.
but he did grab him around the waist. Everybody, if you grab him around the waist, I feel like corners or just DBs in general, if you even spin the guy a little bit, they're gonna call it.
Especially like late in game like that. Sometimes they let it go. Sometimes they don't. You don't even want to take that chance on the goal line in the Super Bowl.
No. And again, let's not act like the Bengals didn't get a chance to drive down and win the game after that.
Yep.
That they got the ball back, and I think it was a quick, 17 or 15-yard pass to Jamar Chase, who I think, he dumped it off for like 5 yards. Chase took it the remaining like 10 or something like that. So like, it's not like, the Bengals didn't have a chance after that. And all they had to do was drive down and kick a field goal because the Rams missed
on 4th and 1. They were so close.
4th and 1. Like, what? I don't know what possessed the Bengals to block Aaron Donald, the most disruptive defensive player in the league, with one guy on the most crucial play of the game.
Yeah. I think they were going for like the simplicity shock aspect for Aaron Donald to kind of come off the line and be like, oh, this easy, and then try and get him in a trap. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the play, but oh man, like just a terrible, terrible idea. If anything, they should have went to your go-to, the good old QB sneak, the Darren Sharper special.
Works every time.
Absolutely.
Works every time. Well, almost every time. I feel like it's got a 99% success rate. Like, I don't. Why didn't you try that on 3rd down? Why didn't you try that on 4? I don't know. It's just like the QB sneak. All you have to do is literally just fall forward. I know it's so much easier for me to say sitting there on the couch watching the game, but all you have to do is just fall forward for a yard, and then that's it. Or like
quarterbacks are like 6'3". Seriously, just momentum.
Yeah, that's it. Joe Burrow loves contact. The dude was sacked 7 times, which is absurd. Brutal. An absurd amount of times to be sacked. But like, he couldn't get, I don't know. It was just weird decision making there at the at the end. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, Eli Apple is a horrible corner. I mean, I don't know why he is. I don't know why he is anywhere near anybody. I don't know why. It reminds me of a Stephen A rant where he was talking about Mario Chalmers from the Heat, and he was like, get Mario Chalmers off the court, get him nowhere near a basketball, nowhere near an NBA court, get Eli Apple.
He should be nowhere near a basketball.
He should be nowhere near. Get him out. Eli Apple, send him with Mario Chalmers. Get them out. I get that he has talent, and that's the only reason that he's still in the league. But dude, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know where it is.
Bad.
I don't know.
The first Cooper Kupp touchdown when he ran a flag to the corner of the end zone, Eli Apple was in perfect position to do nothing. Like if the receiver on the back end was coming across, he wouldn't have been able to defend them over the middle. He wasn't close to Cooper Kupp. No one was, on a dive underneath. He was just in the perfect spot to be completely useless. He couldn't guard anyone on that play. And I was just, I can't believe this guy is a Super Bowl corner.
No, he would just hang it out. That's it. Like he would no real rhyme or reason to anything that he was doing. He's just happy to be there.
We're in a tough position to talk about corners melting down the Super Bowl, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, but no, this isn't about us, though.
No,
it's not about us. No. This is about them. This is about them.
Bengals
but yeah,
up. Not Asante.
Yeah, no, they on Asante.
Asante.
No. But yeah, I don't know. Joe Burrow. I mean, we'll do the whole Skip and Shannon thing. What grade would you give Joe Burrow for this game? Because everybody was talking how Joe Burrow, Skip Bayless shouting it from the rooftops. He's the closest thing to Tom Brady that's in the league right now. He could be the best quarterback in the league as we speak right now. All this crazy stuff. He's cool. He's got the cool jackets, the cool hat. You kind of look like you look like a dink when you wear that stuff and you lose, though. Like that's one of those things where, like, dude, if you're gonna wear that shit, you got to win. He didn't win. What do you give him for a grade?
See, it's tough because I don't think he played all that bad. Like, he just kind of got screwed with all the sacks and whatnot. So I want to give him a B, but goddamn, they lost. Goddamn, he didn't make enough plays. Mm-hmm. Didn't even make many with his legs. Like, I think he had 6 rushing yards or something like that. That's not the Joe Burrow that I expect. I always think there could have been more he could do. I got to give him like a C+.
Yeah. He had 3 rushing yards, by the way. So
3, even worse. Good thing I bet on Stafford.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a straight C because, like, I know that he was kind of under pressure all night. He got sacked 7 times. I think he was hurried like almost double that or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is how it's been all year for him, and he's performed. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't. It's tough. If this was like one game where, like, last Super Bowl where Mahomes was working with a shoddy offensive line, they all got injured. Yeah. But this was the line that he's pretty much worked with the whole year.
The line that destroyed his leg last year too.
Exactly. It's that meme where it's like, he's like, oh, Jamar Chase is down there, but you got the whole offensive line piling on Joe Burrow. I mean, yeah, I would give him a C. Like, he wasn't horrible. He wasn't great. He was just kind of, he was just there. And like I said, if there was some sort of major injury to the line or he was missing a couple people, okay, yeah, I'd cut him some slack. Like, yeah, man, tough.
He did sort of get hurt there toward the end. I was worried it was.
He did get hurt. Leg. I thought that was an ACL right off the bat.
Done. He was right screaming. I was like,
I know. God, that's what it was. If he wasn't screaming, if it was just like a little wince thing, like he was screaming, like he was as angry as Tom Brady was when he bit his lip.
Yeah.
Wild.
Furious.
Wild.
You see that look of death in his eyes. He's like,
you could see it, bloody Burrow. That's what they should have been saying, even though he wasn't bloody. That's what, bloody Brady, bloody Burrow. But yeah, no, I mean, I give him, I give him a C. I still think if anybody's ever wondering if I can relate anything back to the Patriots, I definitely can here, because give me any topic. I can do it. Joe Burrow, I still think that Mac Jones can be what Joe Burrow is easily.
Ooh.
There was nothing that I've seen or nothing that I saw, not just from this game, but just in the playoffs, that Joe Burrow has did that Mac Jones can't do if he continues to develop how he is. I
think Joe's more athletic.
There's by a hair, maybe. I mean, when he runs, it's something special. Mac Jones can run. At least Mac Jones can slide. Joe Burrow can't even slide. Dude, he's got to learn how to slide. Actually, he slid decently here, but yeah, he's got to learn how to slide, or else he's gonna get his head knocked off. But again, not saying that Burrow is that like Burrow is easy to get to, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I just think Joe Burrow's got that hey, it's only 1 year, small sample size, but he's got that something where it's like he was so good in college. He was so good in it. Like, his first touchdown was like a 17-yard scramble into the end zone. He's had clutch drives, took a team that shouldn't be anywhere near the Super Bowl to the Super Bowl. Like, this was the surprise of the year. So I just think he's got that winning intangible that I love Mac. he has done nothing but win. He also won a national championship. Like, he's done everything that Joe Burrow's done, except he doesn't have the crazy numbers in college or really in the pros particularly. But I don't know. Joe's just got that Tom Brady thing where it's like, if he's mounting a comeback, the other team's like, oh no, like, I've seen it all year. He's blown up teams. The Chiefs, they lost to the Jets, but they blew up a bunch of teams this year.
Yeah, everybody loses to a bad. It is, I'm not.
Yeah, it happens. Even the Patriots have lost to the Jets once, but like, I like pretty much once or twice. But I don't know. He just got that thing. He's got that thing, and I need to see more of it from Mac. I haven't seen exactly like that killer. Like, if they're down, I'm going to will you to the win. Granted, he was never really put in that position. Games were either a blowout this year or like sort of close, and we scratched back a bit at the end and they put it out of reach. So we just didn't get the opportunity. So I haven't seen it.
Yeah. And I mean, I get that. I think I think Joe Burrow's aura that he has definitely kind of clouds.
Mac has swag too.
He does. And the thing is with Burrow, how he is, his persona, however you want to say it, I think that kind of clouds reality a little bit. Like, let people are talking about this fucking guy like he's a friggin' Jedi coming out there when it's like a game winning thing.
Superstar.
Yeah, like, come on, which, like you said, he definitely has that, like, all right, put the team on my back, let's go thing. But that's been 1 year. Like, yeah, let's see how he is next year. And again, it's the same thing I'm saying with Mac. Let's see. I'm assuming he's going to progress into this because Mac has the same, or he has that kind of, maybe not killer, and I don't know what you want to call it. I see that with Mac, similar to what's with he has that competitive drive. He has that, that shit talking, that silly, like, goofy shit talking kind of that reminds us of Brady. Little bit of Burrow.
Both really calm, like in game, like in the huddle. Like, they don't take anything too seriously. I see that, but just like not that steely-eyed killer toward the end of games.
Yeah.
But you make a great point with the Bengals where it's like, let's see what Joe Burrow does after this year too, because I'm surprised they got it this year. I'd be surprised if they went another year, to be completely honest. Like, the team's good, they're not that good.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I think it's got to be, one of the podcasts we did mid-season, where like the Bengals were in, the top whatever, they were in a playoff spot, and I was like, yeah, it's the Bengals though. Like, I'm not worried about them. They were the team, they were the team you always have to look out for. Where the team, when you look up at the end and you're like, wait, what the hell are they doing here? That is always the team you have to look out for. No matter what league, what sport, there's always,
given Sunday, baby.
Exactly. There's always going to be 4 teams left over from each conference, or 2 from each. There's always one where you're like, wait, who, why, how did they get here? And then you look and you're like, oh shit, like they got a nice little run going on. And then those
last year with the Redskins, when they almost beat the Bucs in the first round, you're like, what is going on?
Yep. There's some teams that, and it depends, how far they go and all that, but where you look up and you're like, wait, how is this game close? How are they in the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, whichever conference they're in? Like, how are they winning the Super Bowl? But at the end of the day, the NFL's version of an all-star team pretty much ended up winning. Which, do you think this is good, or I'm going to give you a little talk show topic that they would fucking bring comfortable up. Do you think the Rams winning the Super Bowl is good or bad for the league when you think what they did to get their team, where they essentially showed you that drafting first round picks, not all that important. You can essentially pull a Yankees and buy your team and go down there and win it. Do you think that this is a model that other teams are going to try to do? Do you think that it's going to, I don't know, kind of be a bit of a detriment for a couple of years to the NFL? Or do you think that's still going to be, that what they did is kind of an anomaly? You're still going to draft, work within, still make trades and all that. But what do you think? Because I don't think they have a first round pick until like 2025, I think.
Yeah, no, 27, I think.
27 it is? Okay, yeah.
Like I think maybe it's 25. But I think this is a trend that we've seen before and we've seen this year, and we're going to see it continue. Like, I don't think they're the benchmark for this, the first team that started this. The most recent one that comes to my mind before them would be the old Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning. Like, how much more stacked can you get when you go and get Wes Welker, Emmanuel Sanders, you get all these sick receivers, Peyton Manning throws the record for touchdowns. And then they get smoked because their defense wasn't good. And immediately they bolster the defense, go get TJ Ward, who was an unbelievable safety at the time, traded for DeMarcus Ware to go across from Von Miller. That might be an even better duo than, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald right now. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
They had all these studs on that team. And I think they got somebody else too on the defense. I can't remember for the life of me now, like a corner maybe, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Aqib Talib. They went and got Aqib Talib.
I was trying to think. I knew what.
Yeah. So that's a super team right there. And like other teams have done it. But the Bengals are the polar opposite. They show that you can draft and go to the Super Bowl because no one just like Detroit, no one is signing up to go to Cincinnati. Cool city from what I've heard. People seem to like it. But Ohio is not a hotspot destination for millionaires. That's just not how that works. But it still shows you can draft and get there. The old Peyton Manning Colts, if we're going to use the Peyton Manning example, draft Reggie Wayne, draft Marvin Harrison, draft Edgar and James, draft Joseph Adai, draft Dallas Clark.
Dallas Clark. I was trying to think. I could think of Coyle, but he's the guy they got now. Yeah, no, not him.
Yeah.
Dallas Clark. Yep.
So they drafted all these guys. They were sick. The Saints too. Drew Brees, he signed, but Marcus Colston, all the guys that they had on that team were mostly drafted guys. I think either way, you can get there. The super team thing seems to be more popular. You get more media coverage, put more asses in seats. Like if you go get the superstars, you're guaranteed to sell tickets. So teams like LA who have the money are looking to fill seats, have people to fill seats, have people with money to fill these seats. Those are the teams that are most likely to do it. Denver was a bit of a surprise, but still a higher market.
Yeah. I mean, they had
it's not
Manning.
Cleveland.
No, it's not. God, no, it's not Cleveland.
Yeah.
No one's going to Cleveland. No one's going to Cleveland.
Denver's a desirable city, though. Like people do like living in Denver.
Yeah, no, I mean, in Denver, and like I said, it was definitely who I think you even said to it with Manning and everything. They did what they did, and you brought it up too, and I just kind of thought of it. The reason I think everybody or LA could do it was because it is LA. It's a destination. It's where people want to go. I mean, you had OBJ who had who I guess he said in the week leading up to the Super Bowl, he was very, very close to signing with the Pats, but kind of you look at it, he picked the Rams. And I mean, can you blame him? It's LA. You got Von Miller out there too, who ended up going there. Jalen Ramsey went over there. Aaron Donald has been there, but they
traded for Marcus Peters a while ago.
Yep. Robert Woods went over there. Like you just have guys that want Sony Michel, obviously our boy. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think only certain teams can do it because of where you are. Like you said, Cincinnati isn't going to have a super team. Like I don't care who they're.
You got to do it through the draft.
Yeah. And I think I would tend to agree with you where I don't think it's really gonna screw things up. It's not like in the NBA where like all of a sudden it turned into where, teams or players, rightly or wrongly, whatever you think of it, but players started kind of forming where they want to go.
Yeah.
Where, it started with people say it started with LeBron. Celtics kind of did it a little bit with their super team as well. But I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I don't know. I do think it was cool. And I didn't even think of it how you put it, where you had a matchup in the Super Bowl where it was a team that kind of bought their way in,
homegrown
and a team that
exactly.
Yeah. Which I think is cool. Cause it does kind of show that you can do it, both ways. So I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see where both of these teams go, because you got Von Miller, who said he wants to test free agency. OBJ wants to come back, but he might not even play in 2022 because of the ACL.
I was thinking best case November.
Do you think he's got to be mulling retirement right now, right? He finally got a Super Bowl. He's had his fun.
And everyone just shits on him.
Like exactly. Yeah, it can't be fun for him. It can't be. He does like to shit on. I forgot about that. That's his thing.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard. I didn't think.
Wait,
God,
what?
This is like the episode we were talking about Tom Brady's dick. I didn't think that we were going to be talking about OBJ shits, but so
we're not going to kink shame here.
Yeah, no, of course, shoot him a DM if you're into that. I'm sure he'll be open. He's going to be in a
probably
good
doesn't have a lot of takers. I can't imagine a lot of people are like, yes, I want you to shit on my chest.
You would be surprised. I feel like I don't know.
People want to like get weird with girls want to get weird with like serial killers, like and guys too. I'm sure probably like if there's a girl serial killer out there, but I know OJ gets a lot of love letters. I know that.
So weird.
The juice is pumping, baby.
He's pumping that OJ. Anyway, off the fucking rails. How do you remember what we said? Yeah, retirement. I don't know. Yeah. I think if his surgery, whether it doesn't go, swimmingly, doesn't go perfect, if there are some, kinks here and there to kind of throw kinks back into it. Nice. I don't think anybody can fault him for hitting the retire button. I mean,
I think he would come back, and then if he sucked in like his comeback, then he'd walk away. But I think he definitely tries to come back. Like he's still so high from that Super Bowl. Like he's gonna come back next season and be like, "Let's do this all over again." Then he'll figure out how hard it is to repeat.
Oh yeah, and not only that, he's gonna come back. Robert Woods is gonna be back. Cooper Kupp is going to be getting a lot of stuff. Who knows what else the Rams do on offense there?
Yeah, the Rams don't really need him to come back.
They don't need him. They signed him, and it just so happened that Robert Woods got hurt, I think the day after later. They signed him. So it was like, well, shit, there we go.
Cool.
So I don't know. And then, like I said, Von Miller's going, Aaron Donald might retire, who, if he's thinking about retiring, his mind is already, he's already 1 foot out the door. Yeah. Jalen Ramsey isn't going to be getting any better.
I'd say
he's just going to be getting older.
Sucks.
You might as well. So I think I see Rams fans on Twitter, on social media. Oh yeah, this could be the start of our dynasty. Listen, the New England Patriots ruined football for people because now people think that it is so easy just to start a dynasty. Yeah. The Chiefs, the Tyreek Hill thought they were going to win 5-6 Super Bowls. Hilarious. No, you're not. It's not easy. People think Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, New England made it look so easy. It's not. You will not have that again, ever. If you get to 2 in a row, that's something to be celebrated. If you get to 3 in a row, amazing. Otherwise, I don't think either one of these teams are going to be back next year. At least. Especially not the Rams, because I think the Rams are going to take a swan dive because they're going to lose players. They already lost their offensive coordinator, Kevin or whatever his name is. I forget who signed him, but yeah, they lost to the Bears. I think maybe I forget who. Yeah, they lost their OC already. And then the Bengals, Joe Burrow is going to keep getting better. I think everybody understands that. Jamar Chase is going to keep getting better. But like you said, this was one of those teams where, like, I don't think they can repeat what they did to get here because it was kind of like a Cinderella run to get here. So it's going to be tough for them to get back here. I think this was the chance for both of them to win. And, the Rams got it. Matty Stafford got his thing. But, I'm sure Burrow will get to a maybe 1 or 2 more, hopefully.
That was going to be my follow-up. Like, if you had to guess, how many Super Bowls, if any, is Joe Burrow going to win? Because you got to think about how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl. At the beginning of Russell Wilson's career, when he won the Super Bowl in his second year, people were like, he's going to win 3, he's going to win 4. Like,
dynasty.
He hasn't been close. He hasn't been close. Peyton Manning went to the Super Bowl, and they're like, he finally broke through. The Patriots dynasty is over. It's Peyton Manning's time. He's going to win a bunch now. Really, he won 1, and it was a decade later. So it's like it seems like it's so likely. And then Ben Roethlisberger, like 5 years apart, like it's so Aaron Rodgers. Who would have thought Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers is the best example.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers.
Easily.
You would think he was going to win 3 or 4 Super Bowls.
I thought 3 was guaranteed, a slam dunk. I'm like, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't have 3, then what is football? And that's the thing. It's so unpredictable.
It's so tough. Joe Burrow, though, I'm trying to think because he's good, but then I'm thinking of just the AFC because you still have Mahomes. You still have Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're still kind of the boogeymen in the closet that are gonna, I don't think the Bengals are gonna beat them twice again like that. So you have, as much as I hate to say it because I hate them and I hate their quarterback, you got the Bills. Bills are going to be a problem still, even if it's just for a couple of years. I got to put the Patriots in there because I do have faith in the team themselves. The Ravens, regardless of what you think of Lamar Jackson, that's still a team that can beat you. You got the Chargers.
Herbert's got to get 1 too. Like Lamar has to get 1 somewhere in there. I'd be hard pressed if his injuries don't take him off and he plays like a wholehearted 15 to 18 year career. He has to win 1.
If Lamar Jackson plays 15 years, I think he'll get one. I don't think he's going to win a Super Bowl.
That'd be bold.
I think
he'd have to change completely to
his game
to play that long.
I don't think so. I see him playing 10 years. I don't think he gets one. I think he gets to maybe an AFC championship here and there. I don't think he gets one.
Right?
Yeah, he has, but he doesn't. No. Lamar Jackson doesn't have a Super Bowl.
No. I thought he
AFC championship. Yeah.
Did
I'm pretty sure he did. And he lost to, was it the Chiefs that he lost? I forget who he lost to.
No.
But no, I believe
I don't think he did.
No.
He only went to the second round.
I don't even care to look it up because it's the Ravens. Either way, though,
yeah.
I don't think that he'll get one. But back to Burrow, because his defense isn't anything to write home about.
But you got to think about how teams are going to fix that. Like I just said with the Broncos, they're like, our defense sucks, so they overstack the defense the next year, and it worked.
Yeah. So I don't want to say he won't get one because it'll come off like someone has to win these Super Bowls. Someone has to at least get there. It can't be Mahomes.
10 years, somebody's going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it can't just be Mahomes and Herbert and Mac Jones, since of course we're going to throw him in there. But I think he will definitely get to another one. Will he win it? It's just going to depend on who's on the other side. But I do think that he will get to another one. But yeah, I don't see him. I wouldn't say it's a shoo-in that he will win one. What do you think? And that is not a shot on Joe Burrow. I like him. I just happen to pick against him in this game because I like Stafford better. I do like Burrow. I'm saying I want Mac Jones to turn into Joe Burrow. Love Joe Burrow, but I don't know for sure if he gets one. I think he will get to another Super Bowl though.
I think. See, this is so tough because it's anything could happen. Like he could not be on the Bengals in 3 years. You never know what could happen. Weirder things.
It's like Kyler Murray, who's dipping out of Arizona for some.
Sure,
we'll talk about that in a second.
That blew my mind. But I have to say he gets 2. I think 2 is the cap.
2.
2 is the cap, but he's guaranteed 1. I think he's guaranteed 1. Realistically, I would say if I had to bet right now, and somebody was just like, "Hey, how many will Joe Burrow win?" I'd say 2, because if Ben Roethlisberger can win one in that long stretch, and Peyton Manning, and we've seen other lesser quarterbacks go to Super Bowls, like
Joe Flacco.
Yep. Okay. Well, Matt Hasselbeck went to a Super Bowl. Crazy. He didn't win, but he went to one. Trent Dilfer. So Joe Burrow's guaranteed to go back. I think he wins 2. And it's just kind of split up between, like you said, the Chiefs win another couple. I think the Chiefs definitely win 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just all the other young talent. Justin Herbert's got to get one in there somewhere too, I figure.
You got to think he gets one because there's going to be a point where he doesn't have to play the Patriots to get there. And I think if that's the case, that's the only way he's getting there because he turns into a frog.
Yeah, he's hoping the Patriots have a Matt Castle year where they do really well but miss the playoffs, and he's just skirts his way out.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think, like I said, I think it's a shoo-in that he'll at least get to one more.
Yeah.
And I think, I guess if we're gonna, just kind of look at it that way, yeah, sure. Then I think he'll win one. Of course, I'm gonna want to look at who he's playing when he gets there, but I do think he's definitely gonna get to at least one more. Because like you said, someone. It 10 years, say he plays for 10 years. Let's go on the short end of his career.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going to miss that every time. Mahomes isn't going to get there every time. I think
it's almost like Chiefs, Aaron Rodgers is an anomaly because he's missed it so much. He's had to try to miss it so much.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't even know, I'd have to go back and see what the hell has gone on with him. I know his defenses weren't great.
Yeah, there's been a couple instances.
There's been some weird things, but I don't know. But yeah, I think he's got to get one. Like you said with Herbert, I think Herbert gets one. Do you think Herbert or Burrow? Who do you think out of those two end with more Super Bowls? Super Bowl wins, not just appearances.
Yeah. I got to go with Joe Shiesty. I mean, like I said, he's a winner to me. I guarantee he gets one Super Bowl because he wins in high school, wins in college. He's going to win in the pros. He's a winner. That's just how he does it. I am not so confident that Justin Herbert's going to get a Super Bowl. Like I think he's going to, but I'm not like pushing all my chips in the middle, like.
But you wouldn't be
gung-ho.
surprised if he
Yeah,
didn't get one.
if he didn't. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if Drew Brees can only make one and barely, like, I mean, he should have been there a couple times, but.
Yeah, but that Drew, see, I think there's so many now that I think about it. Well, I mean, honestly, if we're looking back, it's because Tom Brady just.
Well, I was laughing a second ago
with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the AFC between 2001 and 2019, you're fucked. Like, it's just unfortunate for you. But I was just laughing because I remember the Cardinals knocked the Packers out of the championship or the playoffs with Larry Fitzgerald's like 2 gigantic clutch plays where he ran from sideline to sideline up, and then he got the shovel pass into the end zone. It just made me laugh. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers.
Love Larry Fitzgerald. Love Larry Fitzgerald.
Which, doesn't everyone? He's unhateable.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can not like it. Yeah, I wish he got a Super Bowl. But yeah, I think the difference between Burrow and Herbert, I think Herbert is, I guess, and I hate this way of talking about quarterbacks. I think Herbert is like just strictly more talented, like arm talent than Joe Burrow. But I think, like you said, this is where that like weird intangible, like Burrow has that like weird it factor. Like he has that killer instinct, that competitive drive that like, I don't know if I see it. Maybe it's just because Herbert kind of looks like a doofy here and there, but like, I don't get that same vibe from him. I see Herbert beating you just because he like is talented, but Burrow, like I feel like he's the type that's going to will his team to win, which is
they were the worst team 2 years ago. They were like 1-15, and then
now
2 years later they're in the Super Bowl.
Back.
That's obscene. Yeah, back from 1992.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like come on. But yeah, I think. Do you? Okay, I got one. So you like Joe Burrow. So between Joe Burrow and Mac Jones, who do you think wins more Super Bowls?
It really do be your own, don't it? That hurts. That hurts.
It hurts. And you can. I'll let you. I will. The floor is yours.
My man Mac 10 or Joe Shiesty.
Yeah, both good. I like them both. Obviously,
this is tough. I mean, in a perfect world, in the way I've been talking on the show and the way I think of it, Bill's not retiring soon.
No.
So,
exactly.
If Bill's like that's the only answer. Bill's not going anywhere. Yep. Mac Jones is certainly a capable quarterback to take his team to a Super Bowl. Like year 2, year 3, I wouldn't be surprised at all. He takes that leap. He's so comfortable already. He's making all the right reads. All you have to do on the Patriots under such a great coaching staff. We'll see how it is without Josh McDaniels. Could be good, could be bad, but a lot of intangibles, I guess, in that area. But I have no reason to believe that Bill won't put him constantly in position. He very well could get to more and have less. Like he could go to 4 Super Bowls and win like 1 of them or 2 of them and tie Joe Burrow, because I think he gets 2.
Yeah.
But he very well could go 1-4. You never know. I doubt Bill has a negative record in a different era in the Super Bowl. It just doesn't seem fathomable particularly. But I gotta say, Mac Jones just has the opportunity. The team's always going to be there. Like the Bengals are poor from the management down. They're not a very good organization.
Not great.
They've screwed up everything. Like people were telling Joe Burrow to protest the Bengals and go to a different team because they were so bad, and that aged really poorly now. But
that is one of those cold takes. Like, hey, wait a minute.
They wanted him to pull an Eli Manning. So it's just like, am I going to go with the stable organization or am I going to go with the shitty one? Like if he goes to the Packers, then I'd be like, oh, fuck. Like that's a historically great organization. Even they're a little bit in shambles right now. So like the Seahawks or something that's like always dedicated to winning type thing. Then
Steelers, maybe? Like
Steelers
a team like
too.
that.
Yeah. Then I'd be like, all right, well, fuck, now I'm concerned. But if he stays on the Bengals this whole time, Mac's on the Patriots this whole time, got to give it to my main man, Bill. I mean, he's going to serve it up there. He's going to give him every opportunity. Just depends on if Mac capitalizes, and I think he does.
Yeah, I think it's almost the easy answer, or like I don't want to say
Yeah.
cop out because
To
that's
make a
not
short
it, but
story,
that's
long story short, short story long, I guess. Billy.
yeah. To make a long story longer, I think it is because Bill Belichick's there. That's kind of it, and it's not a slight to Mac Jones. As you know, we are a very
Yeah.
pro Mac Jones podcast.
We
But
start every podcast. What did Mac do?
it's and he did. I mean, unfortunately, this week he didn't do anything. But
No.
you know, so we had to
from his
start.
front yard. Actually, he did a couple of different things.
So we had to start with his counterpart, who's Joe Burrow. But I think because Belichick's there, he's like you said, he's going to get him in position to win or in position to get to more Super Bowls. And in that turn, if you get to more of them, odds are you'll probably win more. I think Mac wins. Hot take. I don't even think it's a hot take. I think Mac wins 3 before he leaves.
Like retires or leaves the Patriots or both, I guess.
Retires. I think, retires. Cause I think I don't think he's going to get to like 5. I think he might get to 3 and win 3. Like, I don't think it's going to be one of those things where, you know, he gets to, 5 or 6 and has a 50-50 record or something like that. Again, definitely projecting shit out. Cause we have honestly, Mac Jones could fall off a cliff in 2 years.
Yeah.
We have no idea. But I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. No. But
I like the 3 number though, because like, I mean, it just makes sense. Like even other organizations, like you use the Steelers as an example, that are committed to winning, they haven't been as committed as the Patriots. They haven't been there as many times as the Patriots. Like they haven't put their teams in opportunities. They haven't went out and signed guys. They haven't built in-house while also attracting other guys from other teams, making the best out of nothing, basically. Like the Steelers have to have some big names to do anything. If you look at their championships, they had big name defenses and Santonio Holmes to save the day and stuff like that.
Yep.
Hines Ward was a great receiver. And then the Patriots are just always like, yeah, we're going to destroy you with Rob Ninkovich, who was a long snapper in New Orleans, and Kyle Van Noy, who, was okay in Detroit. And then now he loves us and now he won't leave. So
right now he just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember what I was going to say, but I think that makes sense what you were saying, where
it's just like we're just so committed to winning. It's non-comparable to any other team.
Yeah, like that in that 3 number, I think it sounds good because 2, like who knows, like he might, I don't know. I just the way I see things going, it just seems like he's going to progress and make it and just
especially in the first year going to the playoffs. Like yes, it was a shitty playoffs. But goddamn, he was there. He was in the big game. He had a chance. He rolled the dice.
That's huge. I mean, that's saying more than other quarterbacks who, their rookie year didn't make it. I mean, Peyton Manning sucked his rookie year. Like you kind of looked.
Justin Herbert didn't make it.
Justin Herbert didn't make it. Justin Herbert hasn't made it this year, or not hasn't, obviously. But he didn't make it this year. So, regardless of what you want to say, a playoff berth is big. I know us as Patriots fans, we used to shit on and laugh at teams who were like, yeah, well, at least we made it to the playoffs because the Patriots would always make it there. But now being on the other side of that, you can see it if you don't have Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or I was gonna say Lamar Jackson, but he didn't make it either. So but if you have just a good team making it to the playoffs is good. If you have a rookie making it to the playoffs, that's even better. So I am excited for Mac Jones. But other than that, I don't, Super Bowl. Hey, I said that we would fucking get into it. Sir, what did you think? Actually, I'm going to take the floor first. Favorite halftime show of all time. Favorite for me. I know that there's been good ones, but like for me, first of all, I feel like we're both in that same area where like the people who were performing, we knew who they were because there were a lot of probably 18, 19, 20-year-olds that they were like, who the fuck, why do we care so much about these people? Except for Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg has spanned every generation. But like Dr. Dre, by the way, acting like he was actually DJing the whole thing. That was like
with like the light up keyboard
sitting there doing it. I was like, you son of a bitch. But halftime show. I mean, I have nothing bad to say. 50 dropped from the ceiling looking like a thick boy.
That was the coolest thing ever. Awesome. Like, yes, he was fat. I don't care. 50s in the house.
He looked like? He looked like someone that was so ripped and then he just stopped like taking steroids maybe. And he just kind of
his
like
arms are still huge. It's
he's
just,
still big.
No
He's just a little older now. He's just a little thick with 2 C's. That's all. But yeah, when he dropped down, like I had so many thoughts. I was like, how long was he in there like waiting to drop down?
I know. Is he upside down the whole time? Because that's
like I hope he was comfortable because there's a lot of blood rushing to that head. Like, and you got to get that.
There's
in the
a lot of
verse.
blood in that big body now too. He's a lot of now.
A lot of, but yeah, 50 Cent more like $1.25 now. But
big time.
But yeah, 50 Cent when they showed it, the one critique I have has nothing to do with anything that they could have done. I don't like that it was so bright in the stadium for it. I wish there was almost like when I think of halftime shows, I know they couldn't because they had the like SoFi has the roof, the open roof. Yeah. But whenever I think of halftime shows, I always think of like they're played in the dark at least they're played in like at nighttime or in darker.
Most of the ones I think of are.
Yeah, but this was still great. You had and I guess my wife and I are sitting here before the game. We're sitting there talking like, okay, what song plays first? They could do California Love because it's California. Who knows? They could do Snoop and Dre have a couple songs. They could do Still Dre. They could do The Next Episode. Yeah. I was like, Still Dre, when that beat hits, I love it. But then she was like, but The Next Episode. I was like, oh, but when that hits, everybody knows that. And I mean, that's what it was. Got the people going.
The go-to. It's like,
I was like, this.
It's a universally recognizable song.
Yeah, I was into it. Although the only part I wish they could have done a quick part where it wasn't edited, because there's the part where Dre comes out and Snoop Dogg goes, "Dr. Dre, motherfucker." I was like, if he could have just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole place would have blown. But that was awesome. And then Mary came out, did Family Affair. She did some other song. I don't know what it was, but it like kind of like brought the mood down a little bit because it was more of like a ballad. And I was like, okay, this is good. Like she can still sing her ass off. But like let's I mean, come on. Like, what are we?
It didn't really fit the vibe because then I think after her was
Kendrick.
50.
No,
Kendrick,
did 50 wait, did 50 shit, did 50 come? Yeah, 50 came before her, right?
Okay.
Because then because then she did the thing where she like laid down and then the camera panned behind and it was all the people in the boxes when Kendrick was doing his thing.
That was pretty sweet too. That was cool.
That was the camera work on that one. How they were like going around. I was like, this
back and forth, and they were all.
This is good. This is good. But then the second you saw Kendrick, I was like, oh, buddy,
it's go time.
I think I know who's closing out the halftime show. And then you hear the bump, bump, bump. That was it. I blew my load. I was out. I was like, yeah, this is it.
So, with the Eminem song, was that like the prime song choice that you wanted? Did you have a preference?
I think so. I mean, for me, it's like "Lose Yourself" is my favorite song of all time. Love it. I think it's Eminem's most popular song. But which is funny because it's not even on an album. It was on the soundtrack to 8 Mile. Not even on any album. It's on like the soundtrack album, but not any of his albums. It makes sense. I was sitting here before the show, before the game, trying to figure out like, okay, what song is he going to play? Like, does he play, they had Rap God in the commercial. Does he play that? Does he play whatever throwback new song?
Did he start out playing a different song than Lose Yourself?
Yeah. He came out to Forgot About Dre because I mean, and that makes sense. And it was, everybody they forgot about Dre. And then it kicked in. I was like, no shit, it was going to be Lose Yourself. It was always going to be Lose Yourself. Like that's the one where like the crowd, like, I don't care who you are, what age you are, everybody has heard that song at least once. They know, like, with
anyone watching football knows the song.
Everybody knows, and the crowd was going nuts. I mean, the crowd was going nuts for the whole thing. I'm not going to make it seem like just because I love Eminem that everybody, but that was awesome. And then at the end, just to see all of them up on the house, or like
your Instagram story today was hilarious. Where it's like the Avengers assembling, and it was
that's like what it was.
56 halftime.
That's what it was. It was like the camera, like in the Avengers when it spins around. That's really what that was. I mean, when you think about it, the people you had on stage, you had Dr. Dre, Snoop. I mean, that alone right there is a halftime show. Oh, yeah. You actually, if you just have Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg, halftime show. Mary J. Blige, royalty in R&B and hip hop, both of them. Yep. Kendrick Lamar, one of the speaks for himself. Biggest names probably going right now. Everybody's waiting for him to drop his album. 50 Cent. Greatest debut hip hop album of all time.
I would have been like flipping out when he came on. Because complete surprise, they didn't announce 50 was going to be there. When he was, I was like, oh no.
When he dropped down, I was like, wait, is it him or is it like, are they doing
a
like, are they like
hologram.
paying homage to him or something? Yeah, a
Yeah.
hologram of 50 Cent when he's not dead, but he's still there. But when
They-
it was
what if
him,
the hologram was fat? He's
that
not
w-
fat in real life. Thought they
that'd be
just
mean.
made the hologram fat.
I was
That'd be
50. I'd be
so
like,
bad.
like,
That'd
get
be
the fuck out of
bullshit.
here.
Hey, I played 50 Cent Blood in the Sand on PlayStation 2. I would not want to mess with 50 Cent.
No. I don't care how thick he gets. I still wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no.
I still wouldn't want to
Dude's
throw
been shot
hands
a
with
couple
him.
of times. So I can't.
Yeah. A couple of times. I don't think I'd mess
Yeah.
with him. And then you got Eminem. Eminem speaks for himself too.
Yeah.
You essentially have kind of like almost a whole Mount Rushmore of hip hop artists up there. That's probably a few people's Mount Rushmores. Awesome. And I think we have to give credit to one person for this, and that's Jay-Z. Without him, I don't think, because he's now like the director of halftime personnel or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think
Rock
that we
Nation.
get a hip hop thing without him. So awesome, good for them. But other than that,
So you obviously, it was far and away the best halftime show to you.
I think so. The only other ones that I could think of, like, of course, everybody likes the Prince one. Not like huge for me because like everybody likes the song. Everybody likes that. Just for me, like it's not Prince. I miss the Prince. When he was huge. Still he was great. Everything. R.I.P. But the big one for me, I think it was the Patriots' first Super Bowl in 01 when it was U2 in Green Day, or no, maybe it wasn't the Saints one, but it was when. No, it wasn't 01. It was the Patriots one because it was after 9/11 when U2 was doing the halftime show. And Bono at one point, my mom's favorite band.
Awesome.
They were singing, and as they were singing, they had the list of all the people that died 9/11 behind them going on the thing. I mean, that's a really good one. He opened up his jacket at the end. It was the Ireland flag and the American flag, and it had like the names of people
representing for the country.
Awesome. So yeah, exactly. So I mean, you can see the shamrocks, they're everywhere. So I mean, that one's close. Like I don't think I have any other one to put up there.
You're forgetting my favorite. Forgetting the best of them all.
Who?
Shakira.
That last. No, that wasn't last year. Was that last year?
2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago, I think it was. Yeah,
something like that. Okay. Maybe 3. It was because
it was Shakira and J-Lo. That's who it was,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
That was a good one. I mean,
I was high-fiving like 14-year-old Liam through the space-time continuum. Yes. They're like, this is what we've been waiting for. They don't lie. Not one lie ever told.
That was funny because like J-Lo is a huge star, but I feel like Shakira has more like bangers, as they say, like songs that people just know. Like, I mean, like whenever, wherever comes on, everybody's singing that. We're like, whatever.
Yeah.
We're all
She-Wolf. Fire me up.
Forgot about She-Wolf. She-Wolf was there, but yeah, that was
tonight,
a good one.
I might have to listen to that later.
That was a good one. That'll be our new like intro song. It'll be She-Wolf.
That would be dynamic.
That would.
I wouldn't be able to focus each podcast.
It'd be startling and be like, I'm sorry, I have to. I'll be right back.
I gotta go.
So where do you put this one for you? Because for me, obviously, it's number one. It's my genre of music. It's everything. I love it. But
I mean, it's number 3 for me.
3. Who you got? I know the Shakira one, but who else? You got?
The one when Janet Jackson's boob fell out. That was
that halftime show like TV. Ruined the next like 2 decades of halftime shows because they went like the ultimate, like they went like Rolling Stones, they went the Who, they went Imagine Dragons, they went like
they might as well just had Amish people playing on the halftime.
That was it. Yeah, I think like the most risque one. I think they had like Beyonce, which like like maybe she'll do some like provocative dances. Like they had Black Eyed Peas, but they're not gonna do anything.
Not very provocative. Like, I hate the Black Eyed Peas.
Like, come on, I don't mind them. I don't like not that I don't like Fergie. I don't care much for Fergie. I like Will.i.am though. I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, that's all my thoughts for the Super Bowl. You got anything else to touch on for the Super Bowl?
Just an overall great game. Like all I could hope for. Was very satisfied. Overall, couldn't ask for any more. The outcome I wanted, the good game I wanted. Goddamn good Super Bowl. As compared to the last one too, I was worried it was going to be another dud.
The last one was awesome to see, like, Brady get his and Mahomes lose, but I didn't. 2 way too early predictions without even any sort of research, any thinking at all. Next year, who you got in the Super Bowl?
2 way too early predictions.
Way too early because we have no idea. Way too early.
Eagles, Pats, baby. Run it back the third time.
The Eagles are going to be looking for a quarterback, so I mean that might be it.
They got Jalen Hurts. He or Gardner Minshew. They're both top quarterbacks in the league. Either one of them are the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I actually don't think the Eagles. That's a lie.
Who do you think?
I actually don't think the Eagles are going there. I think way too early Super Bowl predictions. It would be so easy for me to say the Patriots, and I do think the Patriots could do it, but I'm going to leave them off this just for interest's sake. So I'm going to say it is the Steelers. Yeah. And the Seahawks. I think it's Steelers and Seahawks.
Two teams that might not even have their starting quarter. Well, no, the Steelers definitely won't.
Don't.
But
they're gonna get like Jimmy G or Kirk Cousins,
Deshaun Watson.
Like
they'll get someone.
If they get Deshaun Watson, then they're winning multiple Super Bowls. Deshaun Watson.
They get someone. Okay, all right. So you got Steelers, Seahawks. Yeah. Steelers, Seahawks. I like it. I got and this Super Bowl would burn the world down because I don't think these might be the two most hated teams in the NFL. Patriots, Cowboys.
God.
I've been waiting for it.
I'd be insufferable. But then if the Cowboys won, you would never see me again. Ever.
Let's be honest, the Cowboys would not win. Let's just call it what it is. Mike McCarthy is not
out
coaching Bill Belichick.
Either. Yeah, they would never get to the Super Bowl either. This prediction is null and void. But if they ever did and lost in a hypothetical alternate reality that cannot possibly happen, where things that are only impossible happen in this alternate reality, I would be destroyed.
I'm calling it. I think that's going to be the one. I thought it was going to happen this year. I think we all kind of jumped the ship with both those teams. I think once the Patriots started winning, we were like, fucking Super Bowl, let's go. Like, it was just so easy to fall back into that. Cowboys fans always think they're going to get there.
Yeah, that doesn't even count.
Yeah, no, sorry, Josie. They're never going to get there.
Yeah, no shot.
But no, they will next year. It'll be Patriots, Cowboys.
Okay.
Patriots win, and it will.
That's the only time you can predict the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl is super early, because once they start playing, it all falls apart.
They will make you regret that pick. That'd be nice. I would like that though. The world, nobody. I don't know who anybody would root for it. Like nobody.
Oh my God.
Everybody hates the Cowboys because they're the Cowboy, America's team. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Everybody hates the Patriots. Like I don't.
It'd be the least watched Super Bowl ever.
I don't. You know what? Patriots, Cowboys with Nickelback doing the halftime show because everybody for some reason hates Nickelback. I don't hate Nickelback. Everybody else does for some reason.
What's your favorite Nickelback song?
Put
you on the spot here.
Shit, yeah, it's
and I can feel our viewers just turning this off when I ask this question. They're like,
hold on, keep it. What is yours? Because I know mine. No, fuck.
So Rockstar's a classic, but it's
Rockstar's a good one.
I like If Everyone Cared.
Yeah, If Everyone Cared.
Photograph makes me cry.
Fuck. What was it? What was their first Photograph is the one that everybody talks about that because it's that's the meme. The look at this photograph. And it's
something.
And he has
How You Remind Me is really good.
How You Remind Me, I think is mine.
Yeah.
Because I think that was on their first album, right? How You Remind Me.
Yeah, it was one of the early ones.
Yep. It's gonna be How You Remind Me for me, I think. Because I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. No, How You Remind Me is it. If Everyone Cared is good too, but yeah. How You Remind Me.
Nickelback's sick. Nickelback's good. They get way too much unnecessary hate.
It became like the cool thing to hate them, and I don't know when it happened. All of a sudden, I looked up and I was like, "Why do we all?" So should I take it out of my Walkman then? Are we not listening to it anymore? Like so. I'm just. But I think they're slowly going to make a comeback. It's gonna be one of those things where like everybody's like, "Wait, why did we hate them? Like they're actually kind of good." And then
I wonder if they got canceled because I heard like the lead singer like goes off on a ton of swearing rants like during his concerts. Yeah.
Wasn't he like late to it? I don't know. All I know is that he is. I think he is or he was with Avril Lavigne, which is that's
pretty sure
that's a wild. Dead. That's no, she's alive, but she's been dead for a while. That's like the conspiracy that she died.
She died
like a decade ago.
Yeah.
It's just been like
they're using
clones.
a stunt double.
Yeah. which, okay, then you know what? Nickelback and Avril Lavigne for the Patriots Cowboys Super Bowl. I don't know why Siri keeps turning on my
Is this
on my
Super
Apple
Bowl
Watch.
also on Mars too? Please say some more.
It's only a matter of time before we get a Super Bowl on Mars, for being honest. So it fucking very well might be. But yeah, that's the early Super Bowl predictions. There's really no other crazy NFL news going on. We mentioned it earlier. Just real quick, because I don't think either one of us really have any dog in this fight. What's Kyler Murray doing? Why?
So dramatic, like the way he announces it too is just like unfollow the Cardinals on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
That's just strange. I don't know if he's being hacked or what, because it just seems unrealistic to me. Like, why would you leave after a injury riddled year where you were hurt, your best receiver was hurt, you guys still made the playoffs with games that you missed? Like, he missed like 3 or 4 games. Their backup came in. James Conner went off and carried them to a win over the 49ers. I was stunned, shitless. I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching. And so they are a good team. Again, they were right on the cusp, unless he saw some like detriment in management where they're like clearly not doing the right thing. They don't have interest in winning. Maybe they're going to blow it up or something stupid. But from them, I've only seen smart things. They got rid of a washed-up running back for the best receiver in the league. They got a coach. The coach is perfect for Kyler too. It's so strange to me. So if he quits,
perfect offensive system like that, I don't get it. That's actually what he said. By the way, he said that he felt like he was set up to fail and set up to be embarrassed in the playoffs this year. Not sure how, when like you have a team like you said gets James Conner, gets DeAndre Hopkins. Like I don't know what else like they could have done to like I mean they got JJ Watt to try to help you.
Like he was really bad.
I'll say it, and I think I even said it before on this. Kyler Murray to me is just like a good quarterback who makes highlight plays. So everybody thinks that he can run like Tyreek Hill fast, but he's shorter than Russell Wilson. So like I don't know what we're doing here. Like he's not. I
think he's a dynamic player. I don't think that's exactly the case. I just think injuries for somebody so small, like at the end of a now 17 game season, I'll never get used to saying that. At the end of a season that long, he's always going to be hurt. He just can't make it through a full season. Like we've seen other quarterbacks who are kind of made of glass and they just can't sustain full seasons. Michael Vick was unfortunately one of them for a while. It's one of those things, especially with running quarterbacks. So I don't know. It's so strange. I don't understand. If he were to leave, then the team you're going to has to tear down their system and build around you all over again. I don't see why he wouldn't think he has the best shot in Arizona.
If he leaves, that's going to throw a wrench into everybody's plans, because I don't think anybody was factoring in that he was going to be available. Like if he leaves, I mean, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm calling Arizona like, hey, let me come over there.
Let's switch places. Kyler to Green Bay.
Like that. Kyler, that little tic-tac freezing in the frozen tundra. He wouldn't know what to do. His little feet would be frozen. Yeah, he wouldn't do it. But yeah, there's a shit ton
Aaron Rodgers in Arizona is a fun idea.
Aaron Rodgers,
pull a Kurt Warner and just try and resurge your career and get back to the bowl. And
I don't know. I would like to see it. I want to see, like, now I want to see these quarterbacks, like, because I think it was Matthew Stafford leaves first year with a new team, wins. You got Tom Brady leaves first year with a new team, wins. Aaron Rodgers,
Peyton Manning goes to the Super Bowl in his first year, I'm pretty sure.
Goes there. No.
Actually, he got bounced by Andrew Luck.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about Andrew Luck. I forgot Andrew Luck even existed.
Actually, no. The first time was the Ravens when they threw the Hail Mary to Jacoby Jones, and then they went to the Super Bowl, and then they got bounced by Andrew Luck, and then they went to the Super Bowl again and won.
That was it. Okay.
Look at me remembering shit.
Look at you with the mind. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers got to go to Arizona if Kyler Murray leaves. But if Kyler Murray leaves,
Denver. I think he's going to Denver if I had to pick one.
That's the thing. If he goes to Denver, I'm going to be pissed, because I don't.
What's up with all Tom Brady's rivals going to Denver?
Why is that where everybody needs to go? And honestly, it's not even like, it's like the Aaron Rodgers is like a fictional rival. He's just a rival because they're both so good. But it's why does everybody need to go to, like, Tom Brady's? By the way, last little quarterback talk. You see the thing where Tom Brady, I guess, like the rumors are that he's might not be fully set on retiring.
No.
Clown show. clown show. In fact, there's odds for him to be the MVP next year. I guess Tampa Bay is holding out hopes that he'll come back. They asked, or like from Brady's camp, the word is that he may or may not be 100% committed to retiring. If he does that, there's not much that can tarnish this man's legacy. That will be one of those things because people will remember him like they remember like Brett Favre or the will they, won't they players.
Yeah.
Dude, just retire. Just retire. Yeah. Like, just go. What are you going to do? Come back to a third team and then try to. So what happens if you don't win then? That like, then what do you do? Like,
you look like a bigger clown. You look like LeBron if he didn't win with LA. Like,
yeah. Like, what do you retire again and then come back? Or do you try to force a trade to a fourth team? Like, what do you do?
It's just a slippery slope. I don't know why he wouldn't have thought this through. I think he was just caught up in the emotion of losing. He's a winner. So when he loses, I'm sure he gets cripplingly depressed. Like, Giselle, don't come anywhere near me. I'm going to lock myself in my gigantic chamber of a bedroom, watch film and cry for days and days and days. So I'm sure in all his dark nights of the soul, he was like, I don't have it anymore. I got to retire. But why wouldn't you, like I brought up and we were talking about it, why wouldn't you think about, I'm the greatest quarterback ever. I need a dynamic ending. This is not how it goes out. Because I'm sure he's thinking about that now where he's like, I led the league in touchdown passes. He's like, they're still talking. People still want me to come back. And he's like, after all the congratulations on a great career are done, now people have kind of moved on to other stories. The Super Bowl took up all the Tom Brady hype. And now he's just kind of sitting there like,
holy shit,
it's done, huh?
Yeah, like I really retired, huh?
He's like, damn, did I really did that. He's like, this, I might have screwed up. I might have fucked this one up here.
Yeah, I hope he stays retired though. Don't come back, Tom.
Yeah, if you do, I'm gonna make fun of you. But if he comes back and wins the Super Bowl, then everyone will shut the fuck up. But like that's
pie in the sky. That's not happening.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Exactly.
But yeah, I figured we'll end just a really quick little snippet. Patriots, nothing really crazy to talk about with them, but Patriots have hired their new director of player personnel, Matt Groh. I hope I'm saying the last name right. Groh. This is going to be he's a grower, not a shower. I'll be here all night. But no, this is going to be his 12th year with the Pats, I guess. He has been the director for scouting for 10 years. Like he's basically ready to take the job. So this is the guy that if you've seen the video of Belichick when he's drafting Mac Jones, he goes, Matt, are you okay with this? You good with this? This is the Matt he was talking to. So not worried about this at all. I think this is good. Ziegler, the guy that was just sent out, was only there for 1 year anyway. So I'm happy he's here.
Perfect.
Now just got to kind of figure out what the offensive coordinator situation looks like, because it sounds like Troy Brown is going to get upgraded to the wide receivers coach. Backup or the assistant O-line coach is going to take over as the starting O-line coach.
Did we figure out what Joe Judge is doing yet?
He is just an offensive like helper, I guess, which I don't know.
Why wouldn't you just make him the coordinator, I guess?
I think it's one of those things. I feel like Belichick wants to, doesn't like to give he's always been like this. He doesn't like to give a title the first year because he wants to see how you do with it, I guess. So whatever, if that's the case.
So is Bill going to be like, fuck it, I'm the offensive coordinator. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
I don't know. Cause I mean, he's got mini-me, little Steve Belichick and Gerard Mayo doing the defense. So I think that, and by the way, Steve Belichick gets way too much hate because when the defense is doing well, it's like, oh, this is Gerard Mayo, potential head coaching candidate. When they have bad games, it's what's Steve Belichick doing? It's like, come on, guys. You can't have it both ways.
Come on, let's have some consistency here. I'm psyched. That Gerard Mayo's staying. I don't know if it's the whole stuff in the news about other teams don't want to hire black coaches. That's fine with me. We get to keep Gerard Mayo. I'm psyched. I'm like, don't sign. Don't ever keep him here. I love Gerard Mayo. Love his playing days. That culture translates right over. He was a part of the winning. I trust him with the coaching staff. I eat that shit up when I see former players coaching.
Love it. Hot take, Gerard Mayo. I think he stays this year. Next year, the Cowboys fire Mike McCarthy. They hire Gerard Mayo. I think Gerard Mayo is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys for the 2023 season. I don't want it to happen, But I think it's going to be one of those things where Jerry Jones is going to be like, all right, none of you guys want to hire a black head coach. I'm going to do it. You know how that seems like something that Jerry would do. That's why I think, like I said, I don't want it to happen. I know you're not happy about it, but it's coming. Gerard Mayo deserves a head coaching job.
He does. But that's a sickening thought.
That is sickening, especially if he goes there and then it's Cowboys Patriots for the second year in a row. Because they're getting there next year.
You are predicting lunacy right now. This is a cartoon. My mind is blown.
Nah, well, we'll give your mind to rest. You got anything else before we dip out?
No, I'm pretty sure we just covered all the bases there. Fucking
so.
Super Bowl, baby. Another one in the books. Let's get psyched for next season and the first off season.
I know. First off season. We got for the off season, I think we mentioned it last week. Still gonna have an episode every week. We're gonna try to have some guests on too to talk about some Patriots related thing, non-Patriots related things. Bills Patriots games, AFC East, things like that. We'll see who we can get on, who accepts it, who wants to come into the Lions Den that is Tuck Rule Takes.
We have to think of den. Oh, I didn't even notice that actually.
Yep.
We got to think of like a clever name for this. Like they're coming into the Chamber of Secrets, but no, that sounds dumb. Like it's got to be something menacing. Like,
all I could think of is the Tuck Rule tent. I don't want.
I don't want that either.
I'm stuck on T words. Like I got the TP of Tuck Rule.
Sounds like a gay strip club.
It does. I don't. It does.
Actually, we might get more guests if we say that's where we're going.
It kind of has a nice ring to it. Tuck Rule tent. What are they doing over there? Oh, this is football.
Come on in the tent.
I guess I'll say these are two attractive lads. I'll stay.
Gotta say, I was expecting something completely different when I came in here, but what's up?
I feel like we'll have the name to live up to. We'll have to kind of switch our topics a little bit here and there. But all right, but yeah. Anyways, though, for Liam McDade, Mike Sullivan, this was the Tuck Rule tent, boys. This was Tuck Rule Takes. We will we will see you next week. Swing on by the tent. We'll be here.
Always.
We out.
Bills friends, free of charge.
Sweet feet.
God, sweet feet.